Hi, my name is Bill Applegate. I'm with Feasel here to do a repair test for claim number 3598H943R out here at the Myers residence. And wow, excuse me, it's a little hot today. It's sweating. But so what I'm going to do today is remove a shingle sample for ITEL and then document if there's any sort of repair concerns like material transfer, creasing, tearing, granule loss. Also, I'll be sending in some pictures as well. With any repair test, we have a control area to compare against, to show that if any of those things occur and they're not in a repairable condition, and they're not found in the control area, that means they're directly in result of the repair. I've also noted some other things. Like I said, I'll send in some pictures, but box vent shingles have to be, well, we'll look at the repairability, but if they are not repairable, the shingles around that aren't pliable enough, or would also have to be replaced. Plus, the shingles are nailed through the box vents. The box vents are nailed through the shingles. In Ohio winters, as soon as snow sits around it does get under the shingles, and it's not a good repair, put it that way. It will pose concerns for water intrusion down the road, so we would like to avoid that. Anyways, here, I'm going to get started. So what I'm going to do is remove shingle 1, the ITEL, for the ITEL, and then shingles 2 and 3 could potentially have material transfer when unsealing shingle 1, or vice versa. And then shingles 4 and 5, the same reasons before, but they also have to be unsealed to get the nails out of shingle 1. And then shingles 6 and 7 need to be unsealed to get the nails out of 4 and 5 that are also nailed through shingle 1. So not all of them, but some of them. I'll try to portion them off and make this easily viewable. So just me today. Let me get you set up. All right. What I'll be using today is I have a flat bar and a putty knife to kind of, and I'll use one on one shingle, use one on another, kind of see what's going on. We want to exhaust all possibilities to unseal these shingles without damaging them. So sometimes depends on the shingle, depends on the sealant. So sometimes one works better than the other, and yeah. So we'll go nice and slow. I'll start with the flat bar for shingle 1, and we'll just keep going. All right. They're in there pretty good. There's shingle 1 unsealed. We're gonna switch to putty knife. It's a little sharper, a little flatter. Gosh. All right, that one's on me, but it takes a lot of effort to get these things unsealed with this tool. This isn't suitable for how sealed these shingles are. All right, we're gonna go ahead with the flat bar. That one's already fairly unsealed. Keep in mind it's like 95 degrees on the ground today. This means it's probably like 120 up here. Alright, let's get shingle 1 out. Don't want to lift the shingles up too high, but I gotta find the nails. Should be all of in shingle 1. Twofer. A little bit of material transfer, some on the back too that we'll be able to see. Yeah, some deep ones. So this actually tore off the granules down to the matting. So when you install a new shingle, the sealant is not going to properly adhere to the fiberglass matting. That exposes the shingle for wind uplift, wind-driven rain, and it affects the whole water shedding and capabilities of the shingle. It doesn't return it to. Hello, sorry for the double video. Phone temperature got too hot, and I don't want to do this again, you know, because it is causing damage to the roof when it's unnecessary. Let me turn it back around. What I did, well, so I also had a Cougar paw pad fall off, but I did, that was another story. So I did get the shingle out. I saw where the video cut last, and then I didn't know it was not recording because of the temperature situation. So what that did was, I took the shingle out, I nailed a couple back in to show if there's any signs of creasing or tearing when nailing a shingle back in. So when you lift this shingle like barely up, you can see it start to crease and curl at these applicators, and that's gonna separate the seal. This one, I see the same thing. So they're not very pliable. And then, yeah, what I did was, I gotta grab my, it's very hot today. Let's grab my pry bar that slid down. Okay, so I'll take the shingle back out. I got it flipped around and it won't turn over. So I just installed like 2 nails where, can you see this? Put one in right there. And one in. Right there. Come on. All right, we got the shingle. All right, so I'll set that up there. Now we can see how deep these material transfers are. There's obviously some creasing going on. So when you lift it up just a little bit, and yeah, to me these are unrepairable shingles. We'll also see what ITEL has to say, if they still make them or not. Yeah, what I'll do in the meantime is put a shingle right here. Just some ones I have in my truck. Just, you also see all the granules that flake off in result of manipulating the shingles, because we'll go over to the control area and you don't have that. It even sounds different. You're doing it a little harder. So when you manipulate a shingle, it's going to disrupt the granules, exposing that asphalt to the sun, which is the granules are what protect the shingles from the sun and UV exposure. Because just like an asphalt roof or driveway, those start to crack from the sun. Shingles are the same way. That's why they sugar cookie these things with granules. So that being said, I think we've proved our point. I'll follow up with some pictures as well and get this moving for you. All right, I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thanks.